Baruch Hashem, Shalom Aleichem. Friends, Book of Dvarim 29:13 tells us a story as Moshe Rabbeinu, right before his death, was bring a Jewish nation into covenant with God. And it says, not with you alone do I seal the covenant and this implication, but with whoever is here standing with us today before Hashem our God, and with whoever is not standing with us today. How can you make a covenant with somebody who is not standing with us? And comes Talmud Shabbos 146a and tells us a story about what happened in the Gan Eden between Chava, right, and the snake. And actually they had intimate relations. And it says that the snake cast impurity into her. And this impurity, spiritual impurity, passed to all of the generations of men, right? But in case of Israel, who stood at Mount Sinai and accepted the Torah, this impurity was removed. And we learned before that all of the impairments, both physical and spiritual, were removed. So whoever was lame, deaf, dumb, right, all of these things, they were absolutely healed before accepting of the Torah. And same with the spiritual impurity, right? And thus this impurity does not exist in the nation of Israel, right? But still it exists in idolaters, because it was never removed from them. They never stand at the Mount Sinai, right? And comes Gemara, ask obvious question: how about converts? They did not stand at the Mount Sinai. Gemara does not ask question about the Jewish children, but because it's obvious all of the Jewish souls were standing there, but not Jewish souls. And he answered yes, that they did not stand, but they're mazal. And they explain mazal is a person's angel who advocates his cause in a heavenly court. And advocate actually can do something on behalf of the client, and they actually can remove impurity on behalf of this future convert. And this teaches that even those who would only later join the Jewish nation were present in some form, in the form of this mazal, at the elevation at Sinai, and their presence there caused their impurity to be removed. And sometimes, comes nations of the world, and they try to teach us Torah, and they, of course, they try to rebuke us. We cannot learn anything from them. First of all, because of this impurity, spiritual impurity. They're nice people, maybe some of them nice, right? So, for sure, some of them nice, right? But because of the spiritual impurity, they not able to comprehend Torah on a level the Jews can. So it's like a blind person looks at the sky. Yeah, I look and he looks, and he tried to describe me the color of the sky. Would you listen to him? Of course not. So again, it's not their fault. But in order to understand the depth of the Torah, you have to be Jew or convert. Learn with us and be holy.